You may surprise yourself with how much you remember from lessons in the past. So you may move quickly through our basic chapters or prefer to set a slower, easier schedule. Just remember that you set your own pace with this tape. After you watch each chapter, I strongly recommend that you take time to experiment with what we've covered. The more time you spend making sounds and freely working on the keyboard, the easier your playing will become. This program is packed with information, and you can't force yourself to learn it all instantly. The slower you go, and the more you learn to enjoy making musical sounds, the more you'll truly learn. Okay, let's get started with the basics. Now in this lesson, let's look at some basic finger skills. We'll take the basic chords, play them with the strong fingers in the hand. The numbering on the fingers is very simple. We start with the thumb as number 1, index finger is number 2, middle finger is 3, ring finger is 4, little finger is 5. The same on the left hand. Thumbs are 1 through to the 5th finger, the little finger. Finger 1, 2, 3 on the chord is a common standard fingering because later we add the octave, another A, on top. We also use the fingering with 1, 3, 5. With the left hand, the strong fingers, 3, 2, 1, or 5, 3, 1. Now what we'd like to do in this lesson is take some basic finger skills, and for those that need to review the key names or learn the key names for the first time, we'll use these finger exercises to help you learn the names of the keys. If you do not need to learn the names of the keys, these exercises are important for the following chapters, but just try them just on a physical basis. Try playing a basic chord. We're starting on A, above the middle black key in the group of 3, with the standard fingering 3, 2, 1. Now try the same chord with the standard fingering 1, 3, 5. Notice A is at the base of each chord in both hands. Okay, D chord. Left hand D chord. A chord. Now, as we look at the key names, there are only 7. These 7 repeat all the way across the keyboard. There are only 7 unique positions against the black keys. A is in the same position across the keyboard. To spend time on A, we're going to be doing 2 things. We'll build chords on A until A is a familiar picture. We'll play octaves on A, which is 8 notes apart. Let's find B. You can use the alphabet to find the key, but once you find the key, do not watch the other white keys. Do not use the alphabet. Watch the texture, watch the position against the black keys. B is up from 3 black keys. Build a chord with B, B at the root. Play an octave. Review the keys that you have just studied rather than to go on to all new keys. It's much faster to secure the appearance of A by dwelling on A than it is to run through all 7 keys and make it a blur. Let's look at C. Use the alphabet A, B, C, down from 2 keys. If you know all the key names, just practice playing 4 keys at the same time and 2 C chords at the same time, with C at the base, C at the root. To get the other notes of a triad, simply skip a white key. Back to A. Let's try D. 4 Ds. 2 D chords. The thing that is missing as we do this exercise, these are not in musical sequence. The rest of the lessons we will be doing, we will have all of the chord progressions in musical order. They will not be dry drills as this one is. F, down from 3 black keys. Play all of the Fs on the keyboard. Back to A, a familiar note. Add more aggressive rhythms as you're able. G, lower than the middle of the 3 black keys. Play 2 chords on G. Back to a familiar one, D. Taking them one at a time, practicing them for 10 to 20 seconds is much more efficient than skipping around. You do not have to wait till these are mastered to move on. These progressions, these lessons are designed to help you make these automatic. So as soon as these become familiar, move on to the next lesson.
A standard piano has 88 keys, but there are only 7 alphabetically named white keys, A through G, that repeat across the keyboard. An octave is the same key, 8 keys apart. Playing an octave with each hand will give you 4 keys, all in the same position, all with the same letter name. During these lessons, the primary area you see are the chords of the right hand. Often the lowest note played by the left hand is not shown. This is always an octave, and this bottom note matches the note played by the left thumb.